And we are back here on Open. American Red Cross Month gives people the opportunity to honor those who volunteered, become blood donors, and financial contributors to the organization. It also allows more people to contribute. Here now to tell us more about upcoming events that are taking place at the American Red Cross, we welcome now Communication Director Michael Deveau-Pierre, as well as Arturo Guzman, who's volunteer at the American Red Cross. And good to have you both.
Thank you for
Did I get the
having
name
us.
right?
You did.
There you go. I work on it every time. I don't want to blow anybody's name. Thank you so much for being with us. Exciting time for the American Red Cross.
Yeah, well, Red Cross Month has been recognized for the past 74 years, originally as a way to recognize and acknowledge the work of the Red Cross and support the Red Cross during World War II. And since then, it's been that tradition has carried on, and it's a terrific way to celebrate volunteers and to celebrate our mission and to encourage people to join us.
Mm-hmm. And so for people who are somewhat familiar but may not be also familiar with the Red Cross, we know about fires and we know about seeing the Red Cross out there with fires, but you handle a whole lot of disasters.
Yeah, well, a lot of people think of the Red Cross big disasters, and they think of the Red Cross as blood drives, and it's true that we are very involved in those two areas. But what a lot of people don't know is that the Red Cross responds to small fires, single-family home fires, small disasters. So every single day in this community, in New York City, we respond to anywhere between 8 and 20 disasters every day, and the Bronx is one of our busiest boroughs. We're out in the community helping people with emergency relief to help get them on their feet and help them with the recovery process.
Mm-hmm. Arturo Guzman is a volunteer for the American Red Cross, and you've done some work in terms of volunteering nationwide and doing some things nationwide. First of all, talk about your work as a volunteer. What prompted you to say, I want to work for the American Red Cross?
I think the mission statement of the American Red Cross to alleviate pain and suffering where it exists is part of that. My mother was part of the Red Cross when she was growing up. That was part of what brought me into it. The program just offers so many opportunities besides blood and fires that community people don't even know. And hopefully I can enlighten them to some of those courses and playlists that we have going.
Well, share with us a little bit.
Okay, right now my big one is our smoke detector or fire prevention campaign. And the other one is our preparedness. Now, our fire prevention campaign, you sign up, we will provide the labor and the smoke detectors, and we will install them in your apartment free of charge. We do sections of the Bronx. As we get X number of people, we will call, make appointments, and we will set that up so that each apartment building or private house, every room has a smoke detector that's good for 10 years, which is, you don't have to get up on a ladder and check it every year. It's good for 10 years. And then we also have a carbon monoxide detector that's put in so that in case there's gas that cannot be seen, it will come up and let us know that that's part of it. Now, the other one that excites me is prevention. We prepare people for things that could happen. We go to community centers, we go to after-school programs with parents, etc., and we set up and instruct people how to prepare for a disaster so that when and if it happens, we're not standing behind the door saying, what do I do next? It's involving the community to work as a team and support each other in the mission to save lives and alleviate suffering wherever we can.
And Michael, when we talk about volunteers such as Arturo, there are many of them across New York City and across the nation. And so this month, I know you guys are paying particular homage to those people that actually volunteered their time and do that. So there are a few events taking place.
Yeah, so this month, well, volunteers are really the backbone of this organization. They represent 90% of our workforce, selfless, unpaid volunteers. This month is an opportunity to recognize them, so we have volunteer recognition events in all the communities we serve, celebrating them. We also have orientation events going on every week to introduce new people to the Red Cross, so we encourage people to learn about those events and learn about us that way. And then we have an open house events as well, and all those can be found on our website, and also I'd also recommend people follow us on Twitter. Our local Twitter feed is Red Cross NY.
And so there's more than 6,000 Greater New York Red Cross volunteers, and a lot of guys and ladies out there doing some great work. Talk about the process of becoming a volunteer. How hard is it? What do people need to know?
Yeah, it's very easy. So you go online, you go to redcross.org, you type in your zip code, and you find volunteer opportunities in your area. You fill out a quick application, and then that'll direct you to additional information on what you can do. Volunteers come from every background, and we have opportunities from helping people after a disaster to installing smoke alarms to helping with logistics. Our volunteer opportunities really match any skill set in any schedule, and we just want people to reach out to us and to inquire, and there's many different opportunities to serve your community, and our volunteers represent the communities we serve.
You know, the thing that sticks out for me is I understand that Greater New York is the busiest region
That's correct.
in the United States.
Got that one right.
Yeah, you got that
Yeah, we
one.
got that right.
Yeah.
Understand that, for instance, the Bronx, and I'm going to talk about the Bronx because I'm a Bronx boy. We have DAT teams, disaster action teams, that are on call 3 or 4 times a week in case there's a vacate, in case there's a small fire that doesn't get the glory of a Michael or a Katrina or something. Well, we have teams that are out there that will help service these families that have been displaced. We'll get them shelter, get them to social service agencies within our chapter that will help them get back on their feet as quickly as possible. And that's what we really try to do, to bring the community together, to help each other, and to bring them back to their normal existence as quickly as we can. And that's what the DAT teams do, and all of the programs that we have. We've got programs that teach people CPR, AED, infant CPR, etc. Driving classes to help drive those large vehicles that go on responses. I call them our billboard. That's our Mr. Softy truck. When we're there, we're servicing clients with clothing, with food, with mental support, psychological support if they need it, etc. That's all in that little box truck that rolls out when you need it.
Thank you so much. Well, we want to thank you both for coming and sharing with us. Now, Michael, if people want to find out more about the Red Cross, they go to the Red Cross website?
Redcross.org, and redcross.org/GNY is our local Greater New York page, and you can find out different ways to volunteer and also to make a financial contribution, which we rely on as well.
Definitely. Well, congratulations to you and the American Red Cross. Congratulations to you, Arturo, being one of those great 6,000 plus volunteers in the busiest region in the country.
A team member. That's all we are, team members.
That's all right. Thanks much.
You got it.
All righty, listen, we need you to stay with us. We got more show coming up after this. We'll be right back in just a few.